Melissa Alam. I live here in Philadelphia, and I'm here with Brianna of Love Luxe Media, and we are shooting a little video for the Under the Influence series, so stay tuned.
Hey guys, so I'm here with Melissa. Melissa, you have so many things under your belt right now. I feel like you wear a lot of hats. So can you tell us a little bit about all the things that you manage and handle?
Yeah, so I am the founder of FearlessCon, which is a yearly conference to empower women. I started that 5 years ago, and I have been hosting it every fall. We just had our last FearlessCon at the end of September, so I'm starting to plan for next year. And then during the day, I do a lot of freelance brand strategy. So I work with clients on everything from web design, branding, social media, basically either getting them more money and more business or making them look better online, which will hopefully make them more money as well. So I work with a bunch of entrepreneurs, small businesses, restaurants, you name it, and yeah, that's how I stay busy.
So how did you start your business, or what inspired you to start with entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I went to Temple here in Philadelphia, and then I didn't even know entrepreneurship was an option. So I graduated in 2010 in marketing, and then I started working at different ad agencies, and I just kind of lost my creativity, and that's like my, that's how I breathe and that's how I live, is just being creative. And I just randomly quit my full-time job working at an agency with no plans. And that same week I got my first freelance client to make redo someone's website, and I didn't know how. I've never done it before for someone else, but I was like, you know what, sure. So I taught myself, and then the next few months I just spent a lot of time on Google University, teaching myself how to make websites. I already had taught myself design and Photoshop, so I just kept getting better and better, and telling people what I did, going to networking events, just growing my brand, and yeah, now I'm just based off of referrals, which is great. So people just come to me and contact me to help them with their brand, which is awesome. But that's how I just got started.
That's really, really awesome. Was it scary for you taking that leap from your full-time, your traditional full-time, to being freelance?
No, I guess I really like the risk and the adventure of it. And then through all of that, all of the client work, I wanted to also create a community for women, which is where all of my female empowerment brands came through. So I started Feminine Fortune, which is an online media platform. I hosted small events and meetups, and then through that I launched a co-working space for women only called The Hive, which was back in 2014. So it's 4 years ago, wow. So I had that open for 18 months, and then I closed that because the business model wasn't working yet. Larger co-working spaces were coming into the city, so I closed my space. And then I just continued with this conference, which has been the most successful one so far, which is a weekend of workshops and inspiring panels for women. So there's the brand strategy, freelance behind the computer side, and then also the events and empowering women side that is exciting, and it's different every day, which I like.
Yeah, that's really great. And it sounds like with everything you do, you get to be creative and exercise that, which is super important. So.
Definitely.
Cool. So what inspired you to want to cater towards women specifically?
Just because the things that I was seeing in the city, a lot of times big conferences or brands, they skip over Philadelphia, which is really annoying. They go to New York and then they go to DC and Miami, and it's just what about us? We're still a big city. So I wanted to create something here in this city that cultivated a community of women that were like me and that also looked like me. Because a lot of the times I was going to, early on in my freelance career, I was going to these events and there were just older women in suits, and I'm this is not my vibe or my tribe, and yeah. So yeah, I wanted to create a fun and creative space that I would want to attend, and I think once you realize, you get over the hurdle of fear of what if people don't show up, or what if I'm not a success, like once you can get over that hurdle and you realize you can create whatever you want to create, as long as, you know, like you brand it well and you're consistent and you're loud about it and you show your passion, people will start to come. The first event might have 2 people, the second event might have 4, but the third, fourth event, once you show consistency, like now I have events that have like 150 people, and I'm like, I started with like meetups, you know, and it's just because I've been consistent, and it's just, you can create anything. So yeah, I wanted to support women, and then, but there's also cool dudes out there, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't want to pigeonhole myself to just empowering women when there's men that need to be empowered and feel creative and connected. So I launched another event called Study Hall Summit, and that was last spring during Philly Tech Week. But it's kind of like my co-ed version of Fearless Con. So it's a one-day conference. It's 90s themed. So there's like 90s hip hop music playing. We have like Capri Suns and like Gushers, like all the fruit snacks and stuff that we had back in the day. And then we had panels of like really dope entrepreneurs and like business leaders in the city that shared their, you know, advice, and it was men and women. So again, like you really can create whatever you want, and that's kind of like that's why I have so much fun doing what I do. So.
Yeah, that sounds so great. Like I wanna come.
Yeah, for sure. It was really fun.
So awesome. So what kind of challenges, or have you faced challenges being in this space as not only a woman but a woman of color?
Yeah.
Do you find that you've come across certain hurdles because of that?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge I had to get over was finances, for the most part. So anything I'd like make from client work, I invested back into the business. Like my apartment now is the money I made from Fearless Con last year. So I was able to like upgrade, and then also I use this apartment to have workshops and dinner parties. So it's all like just related to improving and like taking my business to the next level. So finances is tough, but yeah, investing in yourself and back into your business is very important. And then the other challenge is just like being taken seriously. I've been in plenty of rooms with clients that are older men, and they see me dressing like a hipster, and they don't want to give me their money, but it's like I know my value, and I know my strengths, and I know that what I can provide is of service. And just because I don't look like the typical CEO, or I'm not wearing like a business suit with stilettos, does not mean that I can be undercharging or like undervalued. So I think getting over, like understanding my value and not you know, being afraid of opening my mouth and asking for more. And I will tell you that I've been successful in all of the situations where I've been in a room where I've either upsold my services. So a room of men wanted, you know, a few edits here and there, and I upsold them for like a website for a few $1,000s. Or I've been in a room where, you know, some clients wanted to negotiate some rates for my services, and I said I can't lower my rates anymore, and this is the number that I'm asking for, and you know, if this doesn't work, then I can get other clients. So getting over the fear of also like, oh, no one else will want to work with me, I won't find any other clients. Like, you can be picky, everyone can be a client, everyone and anyone on the street downstairs, like when you go get your coffee in the morning, like anyone in that space, in that room in your town can be a client. So I'm not afraid of like losing clients or, but we have bills to pay, so you have to like really, really, really charge your worth and add tax. So
Awesome. That's really great advice, and I really admire your fearlessness and the fact that you do know your worth, and you're like, I'm not gonna settle. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so important. And I've left those meetings being like, okay, that like just my blood boiling or like really heated from anxiety and stuff, but I also left feeling like, dang, I just crushed it. And I'm just working by myself as a woman of color with these men in the room, and I didn't back down, and I'm just gonna keep going and keep pushing and keep pushing. So yeah, it's scary at first, but you have to do it. So
yeah, that's really awesome and super empowering too, like self-empowering also, I'm sure.
Yeah. Like chug a beer after.
Did it.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So I'm sure you probably get this question a lot, but what would you tell other young women or men even that are trying to step into entrepreneurship or take that step? What would you tell them?
I would say just launch and do it, because I have a lot of like friends and other like potential clients that reach out to me, and they say that they have this idea, and I'm a woman of action. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I have had plenty of ideas. I call myself an ideaholic because I have a new idea that I'm like launching something new every day. I don't always do it, but there have been things that I have done and launched that I'm like, okay, I'm not all talk. Like, I did have a conference. Yeah, okay, cool. So I just tell people, like, just launch. And again, like, it could be, a small event that you do, or, a soft launch of your brand, where you don't fully, like, have everything you need, but you still launch just to create that buzz. Because if you don't launch, you don't get that feedback. You don't see what works, what doesn't work, how to improve. You have to start somewhere, and a lot of people are like, oh no, it's not perfect. Well, your business will never be perfect. And so you just have to launch so you can at least progress towards perfection instead of just being stagnant. But yeah, just launch and have fun and get feedback and keep improving. And like even my business logos that I used to create, or like my logo for my own brand, 5 years ago was a hot mess compared to now. If I didn't launch, I would still be in that same phase in 2018. So you have to start somewhere and just launch.
That's really good advice. What do you have new coming over? Do you have anything? What's next for you?
Yeah, so I just started working with the app Bumble, which is awesome. I'm their Philadelphia community marketing manager, so I'm in charge of just hosting really cool events. So tomorrow I'm actually having a Friendsgiving here in my apartment with some really great friends and influencers and media personnel in the city. And then in December I'll be hosting a Bumble holiday party for people that don't have companies or employees, which is, I've always wanted to do that because I'm a solopreneur, and I'm always trying to crash holiday parties.
Yeah.
So it'll be a fun holiday party for people that don't have that traditional
workspace.
party.
That's awesome.
Or boss or employees. Yeah, so working with Bumble, and then also more travel. So I'm going to Bali on Tuesday, and my goal for that is to definitely relax, but also to create some new passive income streams and digital courses and workbooks while I'm there. Or at least the plan. Again, like I just said before, you always try and have everything perfect, but I want to just launch something, at least a baby step, like a free 10-day course and just learn from that, and then hopefully start launching more e-courses. I do a lot of teaching and workshops, so instead of just doing them in person here in Philadelphia, I'm trying to reach a larger audience. So just more about brand building and growing, and then some more conference and events. So stay tuned.
Lots of stuff. Exciting. Yeah, you have so much going on. It's great.
I'm single, so got a lot of time.
I'm
engaged to the hustle,
yes.
So yeah, try and stay busy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
It was so great to hear more. So do you want to share where people can find out more and keep up with you?
Yeah, the best place is my Instagram or Twitter. Ring the Alarm. I post a lot of stories about my everyday, a lot of photos, and then Twitter I'm just saying the most ratchet stuff. So, so Ring the Alarm, ALAM, and then my website is melissaalam.com.
Awesome. Thank you.